President Obama hosted the Canadian Prime Minister at the White House today, the ultra-liberal Justin Trudeau. You remember him, the one who welcomed 25,000 Syrian refugees into Canada this month, and he plans to welcome 25,000 more by the end of this year. Even though his immigration agencies ask him to pause the flow of refugees because they're too overwhelmed to vet all the backgrounds properly. But politics are more important than safety, right? Nothing was going to stop Prime Minister Trudeau from snapping those pictures of him with open arms as Syrians pour into his nation. Well, President Obama loves that sort of thing, doesn't he? Our president and Prime Minister Trudeau are teaming up on a new project together now. The greatest threat to our nation? Climate change. The United States and Canada are fully united in combating climate change, says President Obama. Because climate change is going to be a big problem for everybody, he says. President Obama, why don't you tell that to the millions of people who've lost their jobs these past 7 years? The families of Americans killed by radical Islamist terrorists? Why don't you tell the mothers of the men killed in Benghazi under the watch of your corrupt State Department that climate change is going to be a big problem for everybody? But please, before you tell us how big of a problem climate change is, that the weather fluctuations on Earth that have been recorded for years and years are the biggest threat to our nation, please, sir, remove the key, motor down, turn off that private jet that takes you to golf courses and your wife on lavish vacations all around the world because we can't hear you over your hypocrisy. That's my final point. You can always reach me on Twitter at Liz_Wheeler. And if you liked the show, please send me an email at oann.com/contact. We'll be back tomorrow for an all-new episode of Tipping Point. And until then, have a great night.